them, the procedure of order is like this. So Bob, who is maker, makes the order with the order data, and in the order data there are 4 data types: source token, target token, and the price and amount. So if Bob wants to swap his 1 Ether to $10, right? And Alex, who is the taker, so takes the order because she wants to swap her $10 to 1 Ether. So when Alex sends the $10 to market system, then his market system will automatically settle his order, right? So 1 Ether will be given to Alex, and $10 will be given to Bob. This is the original process, right? In this process, what do you want to keep private? Maybe the identities of these traders and the amount of order, right? So basically, anyone except for these Bob and Alice cannot answer those 2 questions. Then it could be considered as private decentralized exchange. So first one is, who are the maker and taker of the system? It's about the identity. And the second one is how much did they trade with each other? It's about the amount. So, but there are 2 problems on that. The first one is it's even impossible to send money if we do not know the address of other party. Right? Even in Gcash, which is private cryptocurrency, if you want to send Gcash to someone, then we have to know the address of someone, which is the G address. But if the address, even G address, which is private address, is a public key to this Zkdex system, then the private information is over here. So it cannot be considered as private Zkdex. So that is the problem 1. And the problem 2 is how orders can be settled if the DEX does not know the amount. So let's get back to this. In this step, the market system itself can settle this order because the system itself can know the amount, because the amount is public. But if the amount is public, then it will be not the private DEX, so we want to keep private. But then the market system cannot automatically settle. This is problem 2. So we made a solution for that. And first part is smart contract ambiguity, and the second part is settlement rigidity. So let's get into it. Actually, Zkdex is based on the GPDI, which is a private die for privacy, and it's a very good project, and we did learn a lot of this project from this project. So if you guys know the GPDI, then it will be very, very easy to understand the Zkdex concept. So let's keep briefly seeing this GPDI system. So in GPDI, all dice are converted into secret nodes. So the nodes consist of the public key and the value. In here, public key is just the address of the owner, and value is just the amount in time. But these all nodes are stored on blockchain as a hash and as an encrypted node. So even if someone sees these hashed or encrypted nodes, they cannot know the specific contents of the nodes, right? Because it's just hash. And in Zkdex, if you want to spend the nodes, then you have to prove that you own the secret key that corresponds to the public key, and you know the amount of the nodes with Zkdex. So yeah, so that's why we cannot specific information about the nodes here. So yeah, this is Zkdex, and Zkdex is a very normal one of the Zkdex. So we add 4 data fields to the nodes. which are PK, free, which is only key and value, and the type, which is token type, and VK is just being key. It's for encrypting. Let me explain about later. And salt is just a lambda value, and is smart is just Boolean value that specifies which is whether it is a smart node or not. So if the is smart is one, which is true, then the node is a smart node, which means the PK is not the address of the owner. It's just another block hash. This is very important concept. So if you want to spend the smart node, then you have to prove that you have secret key corresponds to public key or public. It's weird, right? so let me explain more details. So first, public key is the address of owner, and the last public key is just not hash. Because in smart node, the PK is just another not hash. So you just include the owner of the hash in the node. Yeah, it will be complicated, but it's just about concept of like in Ethereum, you can have the ownership of another thing. Yeah, that's kind of concept. So yeah, and you also have to prove that you know the value of nodes and other data. This is basic concept of smart node. So what we want to do with this smart node, it's very important to note that you can send money to someone without knowing what address. You can just know the node hash. And node hash is already public on blockchain, so it just does not reveal any information about it. So that's the concept. And there is an order, and there are 7 data fields in order. Maker key, maker node, and also price, and paper node to maker, and parent node. It's quite complicated. But maker key is just the key of maker. So the node, if the node is encrypted with this maker key, then only maker can see its contents of the node. And the maker node is just maker's node, which will be traded with taker. And taker node to maker is the taker's node, will be traded with maker node. And parent node is the parent node of taker node to maker. So it's basically used for making smart node when maker setter is order. Let me explain about settlement later. So let's first start with making order. So Bob makes the order with the maker key and the maker node and the source token, target token, and price. So when Alice did this, Alice can only know about the price, not the amount. So in this process, in this step, Alice have to choose the amount of how much she wants to pay, how much she wants to swap. So in this case, Alice can send 10 die or 20 dice or whatever. So when Alice takes the order, she takes the order with taker node to maker and parent node. And in this, the probability of taker node to maker is maker node. So if the maker proves that the ownership of his ownership of maker node, then he can spend this taker node to maker. And taker node to maker is encrypted with maker key, so that only maker can see these contents. And taker key is also included into taker node to maker, so that maker uses this later. And final step is the settle order. So it's one step added, because in the original DAX or exchange system, only when taker takes order, this is the end of exchange, right? but there's one step added. So maker first, maker decrypt, taker not to maker with maker view. And there are two conditions in here. First one is basically Alice pays less or equal than the amount of maker. So in this case, maker have to get back his money, right? Because Alice pays less. So basically, maker should create the new node to taker and change to maker from maker node, and the create new node to taker from taker node to maker. So it's quite complicated, but this is the picture. Okay? So you can see in the first case, you can see the maker can get back the change node from the maker node. It's less. So this is a very complicated version, and I will explain it with a separate version. So when the maker makes the order, he sends his maker node, which is maker, and the owner is maker, and the value is 1 equal. And Alice takes the order, and with the taker node to maker, and the public key of this node will be maker node, so it's a smart node, so the maker spans this node, and the value will be 5 times. So maker settle this order. So Alice pays less because 1 ether has to be swapped with 10 dice, but Alice only pays 5 dice, right? So maker Bob can get back his change from this maker node. So from 1 ether, 0.5 ether will be given to Bob, and 0.5 ether will be given to Alice. And for the taker node to maker will be given to maker. This is the concept. So in this process, only encrypted nodes and hashed nodes are public on the blockchain, and or other information is not revealed. So any third party cannot answer those two questions. So everyone cannot, except for maker and taker, cannot know the identities of traders and the amount of. But there is one problem. Because of the scalability of Ethereum, the Ethereum block gas limit is only about 8 million. But the verification cost of these verified gas, which is verifying the GKP code, is about 7 million. So it's not practical. So that's why we are building this Zkdex based on the token network, which is Ethereum-based plasma chain protocol. So in token network, there is no scalability problem, so we can use Zkdex with very fast and good scalability. So yeah, it's the concept, and it's just added. So you can see more materials about in here, and it's the end of my presentation. And you can give any question about this data. It's quite complicated concept, so you can ask any. Anyone?
한국어로 디파이 관련해서 디파이가 현실화되기 위해서는 되게 중요한 컨셉인 것 같습니다. 그런데 아까 이제 저도 걱정했던 것처럼 GK가 레이어 1 이더리움에 들어가기에는 아무래도 용량이 한계가 있다 보니까 플라즈마를 이용하려고 하신다고 그러는데 플라즈마 관련해서 리서치가 많지는 않지만 그 안에서 어떠한 소멸점을 두고 플라즈마를 개발하고 계신지 궁금합니다.
우선은 그 플라즈마가 주로 포커스가 되고 있는 부분이 이런 복잡한 연산보다는 좀 더 단순한 기능을 구현하는 데 초점이 많이 맞춰져 있어서 이런 GKP를 증명을 할 수 있을 만한 기능을 가지는 플라즈마 체인 프로젝트가 거의 없습니다. 네, 그래서 그런 부분에 초점을 맞춰서 저희는 개발을 하고 있습니다.
Other questions? 또 질문 있으실까요? 네.